Thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel. Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is the Franchise Stars Baseball League Game of the Week. The Toronto Blue Jays visiting the Tampa Bay Rays. We have not seen either of these teams in a broadcast as of yet, so we continue our journey to try to see each of the teams before we get to the All-Star break, which we will certainly hit. After we've seen every team at least once, then we will just start picking the best game of each Sunday on the schedule. These teams have split the first two games of this three-game set. Shane McClanahan will take the mound for Tampa. McClanahan 2-6, 4.08 earned run average so far this season. The Rays not getting much in the way of anything, really. They're in both of these teams are in the bottom 7 in terms of runs scored, and the bottom 5 in terms of pitching. Kevin Pillar will lead things off here for the Blue Jays. Pillar batting .222. McClanahan has been the best of the Rays pitchers thus far. The Rays in last at 14-26. The Jays a little bit ahead at 17-23. We are a quarter of the way through this first season of the Franchise Stars Baseball League. Fastball in there for a called strike. Count goes to 1-1. You can check out the scroll. Right now it'll just be stuff from yesterday's action in the league. It'll also give you some updates onto later games in the schedule today. Pillar with a leadoff single into center to get things started for the Blue Jays.
Batting second, the shortstop, number 5.
So a leadoff single for Pillar. That'll bring up Yunel Escobar. Escobar, great start to the season for him, batting .331 over these first 6 weeks. 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. That .331 mark has Escobar currently 10th in the American League. Fastball in there for a called strike. Check out games from around the league later on. The Yankees and the White Sox will do battle. Ron Guidry will lock up with Chris Sale in that one. Orioles and Tigers just underway in Detroit. As McClanahan gets ahead 0-2. Mike Mussina and Mickey Lolich, both pitchers struggling in the early going, also not getting any run support. Red Sox will visit the Rangers later on. Bill Monbequette on the hill for the Reds. I missed who was actually going there. Sam McDowell and Burt Blyleven will be the pitching matchup in Minnesota when the Indians take on the Twins. Padres and Braves just underway in Atlanta. Andy Bennis and Warren Spahn, the matchup there. Brewers have a quick 3-0 lead on the Marlins in the first. Cecil Fielder with a 2-run shot, his 9th of the season. Mets have a 2-0 lead over the Mariners. In the first, Carlos Beltran, his 9th home run of the year, a 2-run shot, has the lead there. Reds up 2-0 early on against the Pirates. Cy Seymour. There's Roberto Alomar. Alomar on deck, batting .289. J.R. Richard, Max Scherzer, the pitching matchup as the Astros battle the Expos. This one grounded out to short. This should be 2. 6-4-3, double play. McClanahan erases that opening base runner with the double play. So Escobar is retired. That'll bring up Roberto Alomar. Alomar started off cold, but he's got that average up. Like we said, .289, 2 home runs, 13 runs batted in for Alomar so far. And I've been doing these broadcasts, generally speaking, at night, but figured I would throw in a morning broadcast, as tonight on the channel we will have a boxing card at 8:30. McClanahan ahead 0-1. Fastball away. Alomar slashes it foul. So McClanahan out ahead of Alomar 0-2 here. As the pitch, slider, and Alomar chases that one. That pitch almost hit him. Lots of movement on it, though. Nice pitch there from McClanahan, but Alomar helps him out. One hit, Erased by the double play. McClanahan gets through it. Blue Jays nothing. Rays coming up here in the bottom of the first. So on the mound for Toronto, Juan Guzman. Guzman has struggled to say the least. 1-3, 7.02 earned run average. That 1.65 whip not going to get it done. He will open up facing Carl Crawford. Crawford batting .316. Also has 16 stolen bases here for the Rays. Guzman has terrific stuff. He just has not been able to put it together over these first few starts. Fastball misses up and away for ball one. There you see the Jays 17-23, fourth place in the AL East. Fastball there. Crawford dunks it into left. That's going to be a leadoff single. So the speedy Carl Crawford on start things off for the Rays. Both teams got their leadoff man on. Toronto's was erased. We'll see what happens here. Akinori Uemura batting .290. Fastball misses up high. Uemura, no home runs, 15 runs batted in. Guzman looks in, has to be aware of Crawford. Runner goes. Pitch out. Throw. Not in time. Crawford in there despite the pitch out. Great jump for Carl Crawford. Guzman has a little bit of a slow motion there, and Crawford gets a decent jump. There's just no chance to gun him down. So Guzman now behind Uemura 2-0. Has a runner on second. Uemura slashes it foul down the third baseline. Guzman looks in again. Fastball right down the middle. We'll call that one a sinker. Uemura fouls it off. Count goes to 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. Again, so Guzman will bury that sinker slash two-seamer on you throughout the game. Here's the pitch. Fastball just off the plate. Count goes full. Fred McGriff waits on deck. Pitch from Guzman. Ground ball to third. Runner will hold. Throw over to first. There's one down. Rays lineup: Crawford, Uemura, McGriff, Longoria, Wynn, and Upton, Souza, Casali, and Bartlett. So you can see the bottom of this Rays lineup, abysmal to say the least. 308 team on base percentage this year, only 13th in the AL. Here's Fred McGriff. McGriff batting .298. Fastball in the dirt. Nice block. Crawford will have to hold. McGriff takes a couple of practice swings, steps back in. There's a pitch up high. McGriff chases, fouls it straight back, 1-1. McGriff comes in with a hot bat, .406 over his last 8 games. That one fouled off. Count goes to 1-2. Guzman delivers. Slider way inside. McGriff backs away from that one. Count goes to 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball, McGriff. Fly ball to right. That's going to hang up. Catch is made by Bautista. Crawford will not tag. He knows full well he will score on a single.
Batting for the third baseman.
So 2 down. Crawford still at second. Here's Evan Longoria. Longoria batting only .239. 7 home runs, 20 RBIs, though. So respectable power numbers thus far, even though the average is down. Guzman looks in, trying to get out of the jam. Back up the middle, that's a base hit. Crawford's going to come around. Here comes Pilar's throw. It's going to be up the line. No chance to get Crawford there anyway. Despite the quick release, it's an RBI single. And the Rays have taken a 1-0 lead. Longoria puts that one right back through the wickets on Guzman. Pilar came up throwing quickly, but that was up the line. There was no chance to get Crawford, even with a perfect throw there. He is just too fast. So here's Randy Wynn. Wynn having a terrific early season, batting .365 in part-time duty. As you'll see, the averages have been scrolling along the bottom. Wynn, not enough at-bats to be among the leaders, but still a fine start regardless. Guzman looks in. Sinker misses down low. Win 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. These two teams have split the first 2 games of this 3-game set. Ground ball to second. Alomar, throw over to first. And the side is retired. That hit for Toronto. I really have no idea. I wonder if that is actually fixed for MLB The Show 23, the new version of the game. I don't know, because I don't get it. Here's Jose Bautista leading things off in the top of the second. Bautista, .232, 8 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Kind of in a similar boat to Longoria. Average not there, power numbers are. McClanahan deals, fastball misses up high. Fastball misses inside, so McClanahan's behind Bautista 2-0. There's a shot out in the right center, ranging over. Wynn gets there, tracks it down for the first out. Bautista just a little bit underneath that one. Here's Joe Carter. Carter batting .255, 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in for him. McClanahan deals, fastball in there for a called strike. There's a shot out to center. Wynn going back. Wynn's at the track, at the wall, jumps, and it's out of here. Home run, Joe Carter ties this game up. Carter's 3rd home run of the year. McClanahan gets a bit too much plate there, and Carter makes him pay for it. And the Jays have tied this game at 1. So Bautista just missed one. The prior batter, Carter, gets a little bit more of it, and his gets out of the park despite Randy Wynn's best efforts out there in center. So we're knotted up at 1. Here's Lourdes Gurriel, batting .297.
Number 13.
Change up in there for a called strike. Gurriel, 2 homers, 12 runs batted in. That one chopped back to the mound. McClanahan has it. Throw over to first, and there's 2 away.
Batting 7. The first baseman, number 27.
Fairly sparse crowd down here in Tampa. Here's the struggling Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Batting .215. Change up misses. 0-1 the count. Slider, that one also misses. I'm sorry, the first pitch was a strike. 1-1. Breaking ball. Chop foul. So 1-2 the count to Guerrero. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Swung on and missed. Guerrero is gassed. And the side is retired. But Joe Carter goes deep to even the score. We head to the bottom of the second here in Tampa. Blue Jays and Rays tied at 1. Here's B.J. Upton. 278 on the season, 1 home run, 18 runs batted in. He has enjoyed hitting here at Tropicana, not so much on the road, as you can see in the graphic there. Guzman delivers, fouled off. And Guzman has struggled mightily so far this season. But the Jays, keeping him in the rotation, they were expecting Guzman to be their ace in this opening season. Again, each team with a 100-player pool. Their first year is a 40-man roster, randomly selected via a random generator spreadsheet I have set up in Excel. The remaining 60 players will come in through subsequent drafts. So if you watch the Franchise Stars Baseball League and wonder, how is this player starting? What about this guy? That other guy just probably isn't in the league yet. He will be eventually. That pitch just fouled. Down the right field line. So Guzman ahead of Upton 1-2. Here's the pitch. Catches a bit too much plate. That one's lined towards the gap. Pilar giving chase. He won't get there. That's going to the wall. Upton will cruise into second with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the second inning. That is double number 15 already for B.J. Upton. That was just a breaking ball that stayed up and out over the middle. But here's Steven Souza Jr. batting 198. Fastball misses down low. Souza 5 home runs, 13 RBIs. So now Guzman has a little work to do to try to get himself out of this. Sinker there, in for a strike. Slider misses down low. Count now 2-1. Kickoff attempt. Runner gets back though. Alomar slipped in there. They thought they caught Upton leaning. Fly ball out to right. Batista ranging over. He's there, puts it away. Upton's going to tag. Batista has a good arm. Throw is offline, however. Upton tags up and makes it to third with 1 out. So that'll bring up Kurt Kasawi. Kasawi batting .215, a home run, 4 runs batted in on the year. Nice tag up there from Upton. Now he just needs Kasawi to put a bat on the ball here, and Upton can probably score. Guzman looks in. First pitch, curveball down in the dirt. This Rays offense does not have a heck of a lot of power outside of McGriff and Longoria. Slider misses inside. So Guzman behind Kasawi, 2-0. That's not a place he wants to be here. Got the weak bottom of this Rays lineup. Has to get through that to get out of the inning. Guzman deals fastball. Up and in. Ball 3. Jason Bartlett in the on-deck circle. Bartlett only 194. to this point in the season. Again, this is May 15th of year 1 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League. Slider from Guzman is in there. 3-1 the count to Casali. Upton stands on third. Casali tops this one foul. And Guzman, after falling behind 3-0, has gotten the count back to 3-2. Big pitch here from Juan Guzman. Fastball misses way up high. Casali watches that one go past. That's ball 4. So now runners on the corners with 1 out. Here's Jason Bartlett. As we mentioned, 194 so far. Fastball in there for called strike. Guzman gets the sign. Looks in. He would love a ground ball here. That one shot down the line but foul. So Guzman ahead of Bartlett 0-2. Leadoff man Carl Crawford waits on deck. Fastball inside and Bartlett misses it. So Guzman gasses him. That's his first strikeout of the game. Down goes Bartlett. Big strikeout for Juan Guzman. But now he has to try to get Crawford to get out of this inning. Crawford singled his first time up, stole second, and then scored on the Longoria single for the Rays run. First pitch. Curveball misses inside. Great series so far for Crawford. He is 6 for 10 with a homer and a pair of RBIs. Guzman has just been unable to get that big out when he needs it so far this season. That sinker misses just down low. Guzman wanted that pitch. Count goes to 2-0. Check out your leaders. The batting lead at 368. Julio Rodriguez at 367. Manny Machado at 347. Mookie Betts at 342. Jim Thome also at 342. Ground ball to second, ranging. Alomar flips to second for 1. They get the force, and that's all they need because there were 2 outs. So they go the short way. Guzman gets out of the jam. We head to the top of the third. Blue Jays and Rays tied at 1. So here's Aaron Hill. Hill has been getting at-bats since the injury to Kelly Gruber. Gruber was off to an unconscious start for Toronto through the first. I think it was like 11 or 12 games. He was batting over 500, broke his arm diving for a ball. Gruber is going to be expected out till after the All-Star break. So Aaron Hill has been getting some part-time duty at third. Against lefties and against righties, Jose Bautista has been playing there. With Alex Rios, if I remember correctly, getting some outfield action. And you see Ernie Witt on deck. You see your American League stolen base leaders. Ricky Henderson, not shockingly, leading the way with 22. Carl Crawford with 16. Jacoby Ellsbury has 15. Chuck Knobloch with 13, and Sean Figgins with 12 round out your top 5 in the American League. McClanahan behind Hill 3-1. That one hanging slider, but Hill way out in front of it pulls it foul. On the pitching front, Oakland on top with Hudson and Grove. Sabathia also has 6. Reb Russell of the White Sox with 6. Eddie Lopad has 5 out of the Yankees bullpen. Hill puts this one deep to left and deep into the seats. Home run, Aaron Hill. The last pitch he hit well but pulled it foul. This one he straightens out a bit more. Straight away left, Aaron Hill goes deep, and the Jays have taken a 2-1 lead here in the third. Hill gets a good piece of that one. Crawford goes back and just watches it go into the seats. So pair of solo home runs for the Blue Jays. First Joe Carter. And now Aaron Hill. Witt slaps that one down the third. It's picked. He's thrown out. One away.
The batter, number 11.
So here's Kevin Pillar. Pillar 1 for 1. Singled back in the first. That shot out to left. Crawford going back. He's there for this one, though. Puts it away, and there's 2 men down. So McClanahan catching a bit too much plate right now.
Now batting, number 5.
Here's Yunel Escobar. Escobar 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. On the board there, you see your National League home run leaders, Willie Stargell and Andre Dawson, tied for the lead with 13. Willie Mays, Greg Vaughn, and Johnny Mize have 12 apiece. Changeup misses away. And Escobar entered the game 10th in the American League in batting average. That fastball in there for a call strike. 1-1 the count as McClanahan works to Escobar here in the top of the third. The Franchise Stars Baseball League Game of the Week. Shot in the center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Escobar keeps the inning going for the Jays.
Roberto Almanzar.
Here comes Roberto Alomar. Alomar 0 for 1. Fastball. Alomar way behind that one. Alomar struck out his first time up. Alomar was down in the 210s for a while early on this season, but you've seen he's gotten that average up to more Roberto Alomar-like territory, 287. Breaking ball, Alomar yanks that one to foul. So McClanahan ahead of Alomar 0-2 here. That one, a fastball down low. Alomar watches it go by. Count goes to 1-2. Another one down the left field line, hooking foul into the seats. One-two count here. McClanahan working Alomar. Slider, he got Alomar fishing on that one his first time up. Alomar lays off of it here, though. Count 2-2. Shot to second. Fielded cleanly. They're going to go to short way for the force out, and that ends the inning. But Aaron Hill goes deep. Jays' second home run in 3 innings. We head to the bottom of the third here in Tampa. Blue Jays 2, Rays 1.
And leading off.
Here's Akinori Uemura, grounded out his first time up.
Number 1.
Pitch from Guzman. Misses low and away. Guzman would love an easy inning here. He has thrown 41 pitches already. Another one down in the dirt. 2-0 the count. Two and one here as Guzman looks in. Shot Uemura out to second. Alomar's there. Throw over to first for the first out.
the batter, the first baseman, Fred McGrath.
So one down. Here comes Fred McGriff. McGriff flew out his first time up. Got one in there for a called strike. McGriff among the league leaders in walks. I do feel like overall the stats in this league have gone really, really well according to how I wanted them to go. I do feel like walks are still a bit low. But we're going to wait and see rather than make any adjustments. We're going to let this season play out with the ratings as they are rather than trying to adapt things after 5 weeks of season. And if they have to be adjusted for next year, then I will adjust them for next year. That's not a problem. It's not a huge short. I just feel like they're down a little bit. McGriff, fly ball, hit well to left. Going back, Gurriel at the wall. It's out of here. Opposite field home run, Fred McGriff over the short wall down the line. McGriff's 6th home run of the season. And the Rays have tied this game at 2 apiece. So Fred McGriff goes yard. Again, the Rays, not a lot of power in this lineup. Beyond McGriff and Longoria. Speaking of Longoria, here he is. Longoria 1 for 1. He had an RBI single his first time up in the first to bring home Carl Crawford. Won the count. Longoria shot foul down the first base line, just outside the line. Fastball misses down low. So 1-2 count as Guzman works to Longoria. We are tied at 2 here in the bottom of the third. That one pulled foul. Count stays at 1-2. There's a pitch. Out to left. Gurriel's there. Puts it away for out number 2. Check out the National League there. The Cubs leading the Central, 3 games up on the Reds and the Cardinals. Pirates 5 games back. Brewers in the cellar, 7 games out. Here's Randy Winn 0 for 1. In the National League West, the Giants, after winning their first 11, have cooled off a bit, but they still lead that division by 5 over the Dodgers. Diamondbacks 9 games back. The Rockies 11.5. And the abysmal San Diego Padres, 14 games out already. 0-1 pitch, misses up high. We won't worry about wild card standings a quarter of the way into the season because that's ridiculous. That shot yanked into right field for a base hit. Batista gets over to cover it. Cut it off, rather. But nice move on the ball there from Randy Winn, who picks up the 2-out single. So here's B.J. Upton. Upton 1 for 1. Doubled his first time up. Fastball misses outside. Pickoff throw. No danger of actually getting him there. There's the pitch, sinker in there for a strike. So 1-1, 2 down, bottom of the third. Guzman deals fastball. And register that one as a sinker as well. 1-2. Guzman deals. But the crime dog, Fred McGriff, goes deep to tie this game up. We head to the top of the fourth. Blue Jays and Rays tied at 2.
Leading off for the Blue Jays, the right fielder, Jose Bautista.
So here's Jose Bautista. In to face McClanahan. Bautista 0 for 1. RBI leaders, Jimmy Fox leading the way. Bautista skies this one to center. Win is right there. Griffey and Machado at 34. McGuire at 32 RBIs. Kent Herbeck in 5th at 31.
Now batting, designated hitter, Joe Carter.
Here comes Joe Carter. Carter a solo home run back in the second. McClanahan deals. Fastball catches the corner for a strike. 0-1. Another fastball. That one just off the plate. So 1-1 the count, 1 down here in the top of the fourth. McClanahan deals. That's a shot. Out towards the gap. Wynn giving chase. Gets there. Nice job, Randy Wynn, to close well on that ball. Carter hit it well.
Now batting, number 13.
Here's Lourdes Gurriel. Gurriel 0 for 1. Grounded out his first time up. Break the ball. Shot out towards the gap. Crawford ranges. Gets there, puts it away, and the side is retired. So 1-2-3 inning there. McClanahan happy to get that. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Souza, Casali, and Bartlett, the bottom of the order, coming up for the Rays. We're tied at 2.
Leading off for the Rays, the right fielder, number 20.
Steven Souza flew out his first time up. Sinker. Looked like a good pitch, but he did miss the target with it, and that probably kept him from getting the call. Witt tried to steal a strike there, but no such luck. Nice breaking ball from Guzman. That's probably the best curveball he's snapped off today. Count goes to 1-1. Sinker misses down low. That's a shot to right. Alomar ranges over, grabs the liner. Not hit overly hard, but still a good reaction play from Alomar. Puts it away for the first out. Here comes Casali. Casali walked in the second, I should say, his first time up. Slider misses outside. The National League pitching leaders in wins, as the leaderboard continues to scroll at the bottom. Kershaw, Gibson, and Tim Keefe all have 6. The Expos' Max Scherzer has 5, as does Jorge De La Rosa for the Rockies. Tom Seaver leading the league in ERA, 1.03. Just a splendid start for Tom Terrific. Kershaw at 1.1, Rube Marquardt at 1.13, Robin Roberts at 1.49, and Javier Vasquez for the surprising Expos so far at 1.62. One to the count to Casali. Guzman delivers, fouled off. The strikeout leaders, Scherzer, Cone, Keith, Randy Johnson, and Jim Bunning, your top 5 in the National League. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. So Guzman picks up his 3rd strikeout. He's retired the first 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Here comes Jason Bartlett. Bartlett struck out his first time up. It's 4 for 9 in the series. Sinker down in the dirt, 1-0. Fastball in there for a called strike, 1-1. Fastball misses up high, 2-1 the count. Fly ball to right. Batista there to put it away, and the side retired. So a much-needed 1-2-3 inning for Juan Guzman. We head to the top of the 5th. Blue Jays and Rays tied at 2. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Struck out his first time up.
Number 27.
Ball misses down low. That's a shot, but foul. 1-1 the count as McClanahan deals. Breaking ball misses inside, 2-1. Got the Rays wearing the old vintage Devil Rays uniforms. Jim Thome has his hitting streak up to 16 games for the Indians. I think Stan Hack of the Cubs, his hitting streak was snapped. He was up to 25. I haven't seen him on this scroll, so I'm assuming that he's done. Carlos Gonzalez and the Rockies also up there. I think he's at like 23 now. Fastball. That extends it to 24. There you see Carlos Gonzalez and the Rockies. So Guerrero fouls it back. Full count here as McClanahan works him. The Yankees and White Sox scoreless in the 2nd. Fastball misses inside. Guerrero gets the free pass. In the 5th, the Orioles all over Mickey Lolich and the Tigers, 7-0. Randy Milligan has his 2nd home run of the year for Baltimore. The Rangers have a 1-0 lead on the Red Sox in the 2nd. Rusty Greer, his 5th home run of the season, accounting for the run in that game. Here's Aaron Hill. Indians have a 2-0 lead on the Twins. Luke Easter with an RBI in that one. Padres and Braves tied at 1 in the 5th. Chris Denorfia, his 2nd home run of the season for the Padres run. Lined out to 3rd. Nice grab there by Longoria for the first out. Brewers lead the Marlins 5-2. Home runs from Prince Fielder for the Brewers. Dan Ugla for the Marlins. Here's Ernie Witt. Carlos Beltran has gone deep twice for the Mets. Home runs 9 and 10 for him. Reds up 3-0 on the Pirates. George Foster, his 6th home run of the year for Cincinnati. Expos all over the Astros right now, 6-0. Nick Johnson, his 4th home run of the season with 4 RBIs. That may well have been a grand slam shot. Coming up later, Royals and Rockies. The Cleveland Indians climbing their way back after a miserable start. They're only a game out in the AL Central, the incredibly mediocre AL Central, as those teams have just been beating the snot out of each other all year. The White Sox lead the division, but they're at 500. Oakland A's already 7 games up in the AL West. The Angels, surprisingly, above 500, 7 games out. The Mariners, 11 games out, as are the Astros. The Rangers, 17.5 games back already. Yankees at 28-13. And we won't get into wild card standings, really. But Yankees and Red Sox should be a battle all season long. Tapper up the middle. Witt does not run well, though. Flip to second for 1 on the first double play, and the side is retired. Gotta improve Ernie Witt's mustache there. That's not a great-looking mustache. Anyway, we're midway through here in Tampa. Jays and Rays tied at 2.
Leading off for the Rays, the left fielder, Carl Crawford.
So here's Carl Crawford as the Rays get to go from the top of the order. Crawford 1 for 2. Guzman looks in, coming off of a 1-2-3 4th inning he desperately needed. Gets ahead of Crawford 0-1 here as Crawford fouls the first pitch off. Crawford once again fights off the fastball, a little bit behind it the other way. So Guzman ahead of Crawford now, 0-2. Here's the pitch from Guzman. Sinker, that looked like a good pitch. He does not get the call, though. Witt trying to figure out where that pitch was because it looked like a strike. 1-2 the count. That one down low. Crawford tops it. Alomar gets over there. He'll have to hurry, but he gets him for the first out.
Now batting, number 1.
So 1 down for the Rays here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Iwamura. He has grounded out twice. 2 for 10 in the series with a double and an RBI. Fastball misses inside, 1-0. Delivery from Guzman, sinker. Down low, so he's behind Iwamura, 2-0. Fred McGriff waiting on deck, coming off a home run his last at bat. Fastball misses up and away. So Guzman falls behind Iwamura here, 3-0. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Sinker in there for a strike, 3-1. And Guzman expected to lead this Blue Jays staff here in this first season. Not a super draw for the Blue Jays. A mediocre draw. They're just also in a ridiculously hard division. You know, the Yankees and the Red Sox are the class, of course, but the Orioles have a solid group, too. Count full as Guzman works to Iwamura. Sinker away. Iwamura gets it off the end of the bat, fouls it off to stay alive. Ken Griffey Jr. leading the American League in homers with 16. Aaron Judge, Ted Williams each have 12 as Iwamura fouls that one off. Jimmy Fox and Jim Thome have 11 apiece. Full count, Guzman looks in. Here's the pitch. Ground ball through the hole. Alomar dives, can't come up with it. So Iwamura with a 1-out single. Very good at bat.
Now batting, first baseman, Fred McGriff.
So here's Fred McGriff. Again, McGriff homered the opposite way over that low wall down the left field line his first time up. I think at this point the Jays will be very satisfied to get Guzman, who has struggled all season, through this 5th inning unscathed. Oh, 1 pitch coming here to McGriff. Down low, runner goes. Iwamura goes. Throw from Witt, not in time. Iwamura steals second. His 5th stolen base of the season. So that takes the double play out of effect. 1 out still here in the 5th. 1-1 the count. McGriff fouls off that sinker. It's 1-2. Here's a shot. McGriff out to right. Batista chasing. Hit well. Batista tracks it down. Iwamura will tag. He will go to third. But McGriff is retired for the 2nd out. So that'll bring up Evan Longoria. Longoria 1 for 2. Hit an RBI single back in the 1st. His 2nd RBI of the series. The weird Rays mascot guy. I'm not even sure what that thing is. So Guzman at 90 pitches here to work to Longoria. 2-2 game, bottom of the 5th. Slider, line shot right at Hill, who catches it on the fly, and the side is retired. Frustrating there for Longoria, who hit that one on the screws. But right at Hill. We head to the top of the 6th. Pilar, Escobar, and Alomar coming up for the Blue Jays. We're tied at 2.
Leading off for Toronto, the center fielder, number 11.
So Pilar 1 for 2. Led off the game with a single. Then was erased on a double play. Slider there, yanked to left. Crawford gets a good jump on it, puts it away for 1 out. So 1 down in the top of the 6th. That'll bring up Yunel Escobar. Escobar singled back in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. And Escobar has had a very good start to this season. Came in ranked 10th in the American League in batting. Tied up there with that fastball, though, from McClanahan. And gets ahead of him 0-1. McClanahan has seemed like he's settling in a bit here these past couple innings. That one down in the dirt. Escobar doesn't go for it. Count goes to 1-1. That one shot down the right field line, but foul. So McClanahan now ahead of Escobar, 1-2. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. You can see the leaderboards continue to scroll through the bottom of the screen as they have all game. Fastball there, and McClanahan blows him away. 3rd strikeout for Shane McClanahan. Goes upstairs on Escobar, who can't catch up with the heat. Had a swing, though. That's a called strike if he takes it. So 2 men down. Here's Roberto Alomar. Alomar 0 for 2. Slices that one foul down the right side. Alomar has struck out and grounded out. Again, after a very, very slow start to the year, Alomar's got that average up to 285. Casale signaling he wants to work upstairs here. McClanahan comes inside. Misses. Count goes to 1-1. McClanahan looks. Casale set up inside. McClanahan catches a bit too much on the plate with that one, though, but Alomar, all he can do is fight it off. Count goes to 1-2. Here's the pitch. Casali sets up away. Alomar rolls over on it down to third. Longoria with the easy play, and the side is retired. So 1-2-3 inning there for McClanahan. Coming up for the Rays, Randy Winn, B.J. Upton, Steven Souza in the bottom of the sixth. We're tied at 2. And Randy Winn continuing his terrific early season. Part of a platoon out there for the Rays. If I remember right, it's with Desmond Jennings, but don't hold me to that. Guzman's first pitch misses. Counts 1-0. Fastball at the top of the zone, but called a strike. So the count goes to 1-1. We'll see how much more time Guzman has here. At 94 pitches, 1-2 the count. Gets him fishing sinker away. Winn goes down swinging. 4th strikeout for Juan Guzman.
Now batting, number 9.
Check out the sequence here from Guzman. All over the place. Outside, high, down the middle, goes away again. That sinker, a terrific pitch. So 1 down. Here's B.J. Upton. Upton 1 for 2. Again, tonight on the channel at 8:30, it's Legend Sports Universe Boxing Federation action. Light heavyweight champion Billy Conn makes his first title defense against 7th-ranked George Nichols, and then it is a pair. I should say the Conn match will actually be last because it is the title match. But that will be preceded by a pair of heavyweight top 10 contender matches. Joe Frazier battling Jersey Joe Walcott, and Rocky Marciano facing Ezzard Charles. Those 2 matchups could go a long way in setting up the near future of the heavyweight ranks in the LSUBF. The second out is retired there. Here's Steven Souza. Souza 0 for 2. Again, heavyweight champion Jack Dempsey does have a mandatory defense coming up against the man he defeated for the title, Vitaly Klitschko. Dempsey just survived what was supposed to be a tune-up bout for him against Max Schmeling. Schmeling, however, took him to the limit before Dempsey was able to knock him out in round 10. But Schmeling acquitted himself very, very well in that bout. The presumptive next number 1 contender who would be in line for a mandatory shot is Joe Louis. But a very strong performance, particularly from either Marciano or Frazier, could upset that plan a bit. So hopefully you will tune in for that broadcast tonight using Title Bout Championship Boxing. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Blue Jays and Rays. Game has been 2-2 since the 2nd inning. Both pitchers, Shane McClanahan for the Rays and Juan Guzman, here for the Blue Jays, settling in. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. That's a 2-out single for Souza. Pilar gets it in. But the Rays have a 2-out base runner.
Number 19.
Nothing anybody can do about that one. That's just a hit him where they ain't ball. And that is going to be the end for Juan Guzman. So Guzman, as we mentioned, came into this game with a horrible mark over his first 8 starts, a 7.02 earned run average. And he actually had a couple of decent starts in that, but that was mixed in with a couple of games where he got absolutely bombed. Here's Todd Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre comes in 2-2. This will be his 11th appearance. Stottlemyre figures to eventually make this Jays rotation, but for now he's a starter. 3.56 earned run average. So the runner on first would be charged to Guzman, depending what happens here. Fastball from Stottlemyre, in there for a called strike. Kurt Casali up for the Rays. Casali 0 for 1. He is also walked. Stottlemyre deals. Curveball misses away, 1-1. Thank you as always, folks, if you have tuned in here. I realize in most cases as the runner goes, good throw down there from Whitney, gets him in the sides, retired. So they send Souza trying to get him into scoring position. Ernie Witt says, no sir, have a seat. That's a close call there. Surprised they didn't challenge that. But a strong throw.
Leading off for Toronto, the right fielder.
Gets Souza. Souza doesn't argue it, so I guess Alomar got him. We head to the top of the 7th, though we are still tied at 2. Here's Jose Bautista. Bautista 0 for 2. And Shane McClanahan has settled in nicely here. He's only at 71 pitches. The Jays have been very aggressive against him on this day. Again, both these teams in the bottom 7 in all of the FSBL in runs scored and in the bottom 5 in pitching. That's obviously a horrible combination, which would explain why they are 4th and 5th in their division right now. Alex Cobb and Drew Rasmussen throwing in the Rays bullpen. Checking the out-of-town scoreboard, Braves have a 5-1 lead in the 7th on the Padres. Tony Cuccinello has 3 hits to go with an RBI for Atlanta there. The Brewers laying a whooping on the Marlins, 11-2 in the 7th. Prince Fielder, 2 home runs, 9 and 10 for him on the year. Dan Uggla, his 6th home run for Miami. That slider misses well inside, 2-2. Carlos Beltran has gone deep 3 times for the Mets. 9, 10, and 11 for him. They lead the Mariners 7-0. George Foster has hit his 6th for the Reds, who lead the Pirates 3-0. The Expos hammering the Astros 10-0. The Expos continue to be a surprise of the season. McClanahan, with the breaking ball here, freezes Bautista for the strikeout. So 1 down, here's Joe Carter. Carter hit his 3rd home run of the season earlier on in this game. Fastball misses down and in. Another fastball, that one down in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. Casali sets up inside. McClanahan tries to bust Carter in, and Carter busts it out. Way out of here. Joe Carter, his 2nd home run of the game. His 4th of the season. Exit velocity. Well, you don't need exit velocity. Just listen to the crack of the bat. Joe Carter absolutely obliterates that pitch from Shane McClanahan. And the Blue Jays take a 3-2 lead on Joe Carter's 2nd home run of the game. Even the empty seats here at Tropicana Field knew that one was gone. So Carter deposits that one. And that's going to be it for McClanahan, whose day comes to a close. By no means a bad start for McClanahan. Goes into the 7th, allows 3 runs. Not great, not terrible. Here's Alex Cobb making his 16th relief appearance of the year. 1-1, a 6.11 earned run average. Those batting averages against are rather unsightly. So Cobb will try to right the ship in a tight game here. He'll face Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who is 0 for 2. 2 for 10 in the series. He's flown out and grounded out today. Pitch from Cobb. Splitter. Misses down low. One down, 1-1 the count. Top of the 7th here from Tropicana Field in Tampa. 3-2 Blue Jays. Check swing, they say he went. Count goes to 1-2. Pitch from Cobb, fouled off. Making a play, McGriff tries to get there but can't. Lands foul. Just ends up being a strike. Popped up in front of the plate. Casale sheds the mask, gets out there, makes the catch for the second out.
The batter, number 27.
Tropicana Field is such a horrible stadium. It really is. You know, and a team that's had the success that the Rays have had, you would think they could do better than that, but I don't know all the machinations. I know they've been trying to get a stadium, but they've been unsuccessful so far. So here's Vlad Guerrero Jr. He is 0 for 1. Curveball falls in there for a strike. Cobb looks in and delivers. Ground ball to second. Fielded cleanly by Iwamura. Throw over to McGriff. And the side is retired. But Joe Carter, with his second home run of the game, has given the Blue Jays a 3-2 lead, 7th inning stretch time here in Tampa. So here's Kurt Casale. Casale 0 for 1. Drew a walk in the second.
The catcher, number 19.
Fastball misses up high. Kelvin Escobar and Jason Frazier throwing for the Blue Jays in the bullpen. Breaking ball, Casale, weak line drive to short. Caught by Escobar before it hits the ground, and there's one away. So here's Jason Bartlett. Bartlett 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. Stottlemyre deals. Slider misses away 1-0. The pitch. Down low, rolled out to Alomar. Throws it over to Guerrero for out number 2. So Stottlemyre working well here in relief. Order rolls over. Here's Carl Crawford. Crawford 1 for 3, singled, stole a base, scored a run back in the first. Fastball from Stottlemyre in there for a called strike on the inside corner. He tries to bunt his way. Hill was charging, but he can't come up with the bare hand. Would have been a tough play anyway, but Hill kind of suspected a bunt was coming there. He got a good break on that ball, just unable to come up with the bare-handed play. So 2 outs. Now the speedy Crawford is on first. We'll see if Tampa tries to steal a run here. Here's Iwamura. He's 1 for 3. Pitch out, nothing doing. So 1-0 count to Iwamura. Stottlemyre delivers. Fastball right down the plate, 1-1. Stottlemyre again looks in for the sign. Pickoff throw over to first. Crawford gets back in easily. No cost but a dirty jersey. Another pickoff throw. That one had a little more on it. Crawford dives back in safely again. Witt giving the signs. Stottlemyre works from the stretch. Witt setting low. That pitch a bit up in the zone. I don't think that's where Stottlemyre wanted that. But it's also not where Iwamura expected it. Slider in there for strike 2. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, curveball misses inside, 2-2. Thinking Crawford's going to go, but we'll see. Stottlemyre deals fastball, freezes Iwamura, strike 3. Terrific work from Todd Stottlemyre. We are through 7 here in Tampa. Blue Jays lead the Rays 3-2. So here's Aaron Hill. Hill 1 for 2. He hit a solo home run back in the 3rd inning. Takes a curveball there. Nice pitch from Cobb for a called strike. Splitter there. Swung on and missed. So Cobb ahead of Hill 0-2. Fastball just inside. 11,773 the attendance here in Tampa. These poor Rays, they don't play well. They are not going to draw anybody. Not like people are dying to come to the Trop. Line drive, that's a base hit in the left, so it's a leadoff single. As Toronto tries to get an insurance run, Aaron Hill starts off that quest with a base hit to left. Here's Ernie Witt. Witt 0 for 2. Splitter in there for a called strike. Witt has grounded out twice. Cobb looks in for the side. Pitch, fastball, called strike. He's ahead of Witt now, 0-2. Fastball misses away, 1-2 the count. I am currently working on updating the website so that I can put the stats up there. I'm not going to do it after every game of the week because that's silly. And I just don't think enough people will look at it to warrant that work. But I'm trying to get it so that I can put player stats so people can check those things out up on the website as Witt fouls that one off at the end of each game month. So like this is May 15th. So when May is done, I'll post the stats for all the teams as of June 1st on the website. Because I have had people ask me to like see the different player stats and stuff like that. And I'll be doing that for all the sports in the Legend Sports universe. I'm largely there as far as getting those templates set up. So it's a full count here, runner on first. Witt has battled his way back into this at bat after being down 0-2. This would be a rough one for Cobb to lose. That one down in the dirt. Witt, chopper up the middle. Fielded. Iwamura flips it to Bartlett. Turn to first. 4-6-3 double play. Ernie Witt running like he's in quicksand. That ball wasn't hit super hard. Good communication there because Bartlett could have cut across in front of the bag and fielded that himself and just taken the out at first. Instead, he stays on the bag. Iwamura gets it, flips it to him for the double play. Now, Pilar lines that one out to Crawford, and that ends the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 8th here in Tampa. Franchise Stars Baseball League action. Blue Jays lead the Rays 3-2. Here's Kelvin Escobar. Escobar, this will be his 13th appearance of the year. He has not allowed a run yet in 15 1/3 innings. 6 holds, batters batting under 200 against him. Escobar has been outstanding. He will be asked to face the heart of the Rays order here, starting with Fred McGriff. McGriff 1 for 3. Solo opposite field home run back in the 3rd inning. Escobar deals. Fastball misses down low. Escobar kind of rolled his eyes there. He wanted that pitch, thought he had it at the knees. .1-0 delivery. Fastball, that one's well low. So Escobar falls behind McGriff 2-0 here. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. McGriff lines this one to left. Base hit. Gurriel is able to cut it off. So McGriff will have to hold with a single. McGriff has swung the bat well today. He has the homer, that single, and he hit a hard shot in the left center before that was tracked down. So now here's Evan Longoria. Longoria 1 for 3. McGriff on first, as Kelvin Escobar tries to protect the one-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch misses for a ball. There's the pitch. Nice splitter from Escobar. Longoria swings right over the top of it. 1-1 the count. Pitch there, fouled off by Longoria. So Escobar now ahead of him 1-2. Pitch, fastball. This is up high. 2-2 the count. Escobar deals. Fly ball out into left center. Gurriel ranges, puts it away. He overran that ball a bit, but was able to pull it in. Kind of surprised that Pilar yielded to him. I thought Pilar had a better play on that ball. So 1 down, here's Randy Wynn. Wynn 1 for 3, singled back in the 3rd. 1 down, McGriff on first, 1-run game here. Fastball misses up high, 1-0. Escobar delivers. Shot right down to 3rd. Hill to 2nd. Alomar with the turn. 5-4-3. Double play to end the 8th. So Escobar allows the leadoff hit to McGriff. Good stretch there from Guerrero to finish off the double play. We head to the top of the 9th. Here's Yunel Escobar. Escobar 1 for 3. Cobb stays in. Splitter in there for a called strike. Now Cobb just has to hold Toronto at bay here. Give Tampa one more shot at it. Mark Eichhorn throwing in the Jays bullpen. That's dunked down the right field line for a base hit. So a leadoff single. Here comes Roberto Alomar. Alomar now batting from the left side, the switch hitter. Batting from the right side against the lefty McClanahan, who started this game for Tampa. Alomar 0 for 3. Because, of course, as soon as I talked about Alomar getting his act together after the slow start, he's going to take the collar. The power we as broadcasters have. Sinker misses down low, 2-0 to count. The Jays have grounded into 3 double plays so far today. There's the pitch, check swing in there for a strike, 2-1. Alomar taps this one out to 3rd. Only play is going to be to 1st. It'll be a tough one, but Longoria gets him. So Alomar's retired. Escobar moves up to 2nd. So the Jays do have a runner in scoring position here in the top of the 9th. Here's Jose Bautista. 0 for 3. He struck out his last time up. Here you see on that scroll the American League saves leaders. Mark Eichhorn of the Blue Jays, 4th in the league in saves with 10. Sinker misses away. Cobb behind Bautista, 2-0. There's the pitch, shot out towards the gap. On the run, Wynn has to play it on the hop. Runner had to hold up to see if Wynn would catch it. Escobar not that fast anyway. He will hold at third, but it's a base hit for Jose Bautista. Escobar retreated. He thought Wynn was going to get to that ball. So now here's Joe Carter. Carter, pair of solo home runs today. He goes yard here. He'll blow this game open. First and third, one out, top of the ninth. Toronto up. They lead this game 3-2. Slider, ground ball in the hole. Diving stop by Bartlett. Tries to get the force. He can't get anybody. The run scores. Good effort by Bartlett, but Escobar scores, and the Blue Jays extend the lead to 4-2. Joe Carter with his third RBI of the day. So here's Lourdes Gurriel. Gurriel 0 for 3. One out. First and second. Cobb has to stop it here. That ball is roped into left for a base hit. Station-to-station baseball here. Bautista, not that fast a runner either, and that ball was hit on the screws by Gurriel. So Bautista has to hold. Crawford gets it in quickly. Bases loaded. Here's Vlad Guerrero Jr. Kind of surprised that Alex Cobb is still in this. Sinker misses down low. One-0 pitch. Sinker misses 2-0. Guerrero batting only .200 with runners in scoring position so far this season. Pitch here from Cobb. Splitter misses away. Now he's behind him 3-0, and he has no room at the end. Walk would force in a run. Wonder if Guerrero will have the green light here, 3-0. Sinker in there. He thought about swinging. He held up the swing, but it was a called strike anyway. 3-1 the count as Cobb tries to battle back, keep this from getting out of hand. Shot, tapper down to third. Longoria to second for one. On to first, 5-4-3 double play. The fourth double play the Jays have hit into. And the Rays stay within striking distance. But Toronto does get the insurance run they wanted. We head to the bottom of the ninth here in Tampa. Blue Jays lead the Rays 4-2. Here's Mark Eichhorn. Eichhorn a perfect 10 for 10 in save opportunities. He has allowed one run in 10 innings of work. He will start off facing B.J. Upton. Upton 1 for 3, doubled back in the second. Ground ball down to first. First pitch swinging. Guerrero takes it to the bag, and there's one down. Eichhorn, that low delivery. Can't break a pane of glass with this fastball, but he is super effective. Here's Steven Souza. Souza 1 for 3. Slider misses away 1-0. Change up down low. 2-0 the count. There's a shot down to third. Hill gobbles it up, throws to first. 2 men down. So the Rays down to their final out. Here's Kurt Casale. Casale 0 for 2, walked in the second. Walk ball in there for a strike, 0-1. There's a shot out to left, hooking towards the line. Gurriel on the run. That ball's out of here. Kurt Casale with a solo home run, only his second of the year. And the Rays, not dead yet. And boy, that insurance run for Toronto in the top half of the inning looks huge now. So Casale keeps hope alive here in Tampa. Hooks that one just inside the pole. And that'll bring up Jason Bartlett. Slider in there for a strike. Bartlett 0 for 3. Eichhorn has been virtually perfect so far this season, but Casale got him there. That one yanked out to short. Escobar plays it on one hop. Throw over to first. Side retired. Ball game over, and the Blue Jays come into Tampa, take 2 out of 3. Not without a scare in the ninth. But Toronto takes the series. Loss there for Tampa. Juan Guzman with the win goes to 2 and 3. Shane McClanahan falls to 2 and 7. Mark Eichhorn picks up save number 11 on the year despite the Casale home run. Big day for Joe Carter. Pair of home runs for him for Toronto. Also drove in the insurance run. In the top of the ninth. Final line score, Blue Jays 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Rays 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Player of the game goes to Joe Carter, as we mentioned. Terrific day for him. Aaron Hill also went deep for Toronto. Guzman's final line, 5 2/3, 7 hits, but only 1 walk. 4 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. Start that Guzman desperately needed. Shane McClanahan was not bad today. 6 1/3, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, a walk, 3 runs allowed. Fred McGriff and Kurt Casale going deep for the Rays. So that'll do it. Actually, you know what? Give me 1 second here. We're going to bounce out of this. We'll sim through the rest of the games for today, and we will take a quick look at the league standings as of May 15th. American League East, the Red Sox a half a game up on the Yankees. That's a dogfight we kind of expect. Look at the big differences in offense for the Yankees and in pitching. The Red Sox pitching has been absolutely absurdly good. 2.51 team earned run average for the Red Sox. Pedro Martinez and Cy Young have been great. The rest of the staff has been solid. But both of those teams will certainly be there at the end. And you see the Orioles a game below 500. Blue Jays 5 games below 500. Again, Blue Jays pitching just has been a struggle, 4.59. And the Rays, the only team in the league, actually, with an ERA above 5. 14 27, a rough go, as predicted before this season started. 3-12 in the division, not helping the Rays any either. They're just overmatched in this division. American League Central, White Sox holding a 1-game lead, only a game over 500. Indians, who started off the season terribly, have kind of ground their way back. They're 7-3 in their last 10. And the Indians have gotten within a game of the division lead. The Minnesota Twins, who started off hot, have now cooled off a bit. They're down to 19-22, 2 games back. Kansas City Royals, 16-23, 4 games out. When I did, of course, I've talked before of all the testing that I do about these leagues and stuff like that. And the Tigers were regularly in that, I don't know what happened with that word there. I added like 5 Lars to regularly, but the Tigers were regularly in the hunt for the wild card spot in the American League. They won the division a couple of times. I mean, I probably ran 50 sim seasons while I was testing things, but I don't ever remember the Tigers being this bad. 13-29, just an absolutely brutal start for them. They haven't hit and they haven't pitched, which is, of course, a dangerous combination. In the West, the A's running away with the American League West as was expected. They can hit, they can pitch, they can field. They are solid all across the board. Actually, their defense has been a little bit spotty. They rank 20th in defense there, but on the whole, the A's are just a great. I think they're the most complete team in the American League. The Angels have been a surprise. 22-20, couple games over 500. They're 10-10 in the division. So they're kind of treading water in the division. The division has been brutal for the Rangers. I'm sorry, I read the wrong column there. I thought that 4-19 was the divisional for the Rangers. But regardless, the Rangers are abysmal, 11-29. They can't pitch and they can't hit. The Astros have been a bit surprising how much they've struggled so far, actually. The Mariners got off to a really good start, but they have now dropped 5 in a row. They were at 500. Now they're 5 games below. Like I said, we won't worry about the wild card at this point. We're 40 games into the season. In the National League, the Phillies have opened up a lead there in the NL East. They are playing terrific baseball now. 8 of their last 10. They are now 15 games over 500. The Montreal Expos, though, continue to be the surprise. 24-17. They have been great. Their pitching has been really good, and they've hit a lot better than expected. They are getting surprising output from Nick Johnson has been great. I'm trying to remember who else in that lineup has been really solid. I think Jose Vidro has been good. And I mean they got a pretty good draw. Andre Dawson is tied for the league lead in homers. Bryce Harper has been great. So the Expos have got a good draw, and the guys they needed to play well of like the next tier of players have all performed really well for them. So the Expos in the hunt. The Braves 8-2 in their last 10 after a slow start. So look for Atlanta, who's been pitching great. Their offense just is rather weak. The Marlins 19-22 and the Mets. The Mets had been absolutely just a train wreck. I'm not sure if it's still the case for them, but the Mets at one point, I think as of May 1st, they were 11-17, and 9 of their losses had come from 3 relievers. So their starting pitching had been there, and their bullpen work had just been absolutely atrocious. Their long relief, in particular, R.A. Dickey, was getting lit up like a Christmas tree. Out in the Central, Cubs lead that division at 24-15. They have a 3-game lead on the Reds. The Cardinals, 3.5 games back. The Pirates and the Brewers, that's going to be a fun division to watch. I can see like any of those top 4 teams having a share of the lead, at least at some point before this all winds down. And it's funny because during the testing phase, I felt like the Cubs had been somewhat disappointing, but they're getting a good go here so far in the real version of the league, the one that counts. San Francisco Giants, again, the Giants started off the season 11-0. They've cooled down since then, but still 17-12 since then, playing 700 baseball overall. They've got a 6-game lead on the Dodgers. The Dodgers 3-7 in their last 10. They've lost 4 in a row. So they've kind of fallen off a bit. The D-backs, forgive my dog shaking in the background. D-backs at 19-22, but the Rockies and the Padres, terrible as expected. So that rounds up the standings look here. May 15th, year 1 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League. I thank you guys for joining me. Again, keep updated on the Facebook page. I'll update the status of the website and how that is all coming along. I've got quick little templates I've thrown up there so you can kind of see what I'm going for. And also, tune in tonight, 8:30 Eastern Time here on the channel for a exciting boxing card from the Legend Sports Universe Boxing Federation. I thank you guys, as always, for tuning in here. A rare daytime baseball broadcast. But with the boxing tonight, I figured I would do baseball during the day. The boxing tonight will probably be the last channel broadcast until next week. Got some stuff going on the next couple of days. And we will get back into the usual schedule after the Easter holiday this weekend. So, wish all of you a wonderful rest of your day. Hopefully, we'll see you tonight in the chat for the boxing. Be good to each other, and we'll talk soon.